We are releasing a new update to the R18 Lab QMS software. This is version 1.9. The update will include new section numbers to the quality manual. So you will see as you're going through your quality manual, some of the section numbers have changed, some of the section titles have changed. So as you're going through here, you notice for the most part, most of these sections are the same sections as they were before. The changes that you will see, specifically the new section for management reviews, that is a new section that has come in, that is 5.7, as you can see here. Also, corrective action, which was 5.7, is now 5.8. Some of the other changes come into the technical section. Some of the records where those are housed are under now 6.5. We still have the inventory list under 6.1, but now when you look for your procedures, whether they're maintenance or Caltric standard, those are going to instead be under 6.5. They were previously under 6.1, and again, those are now moved down to 6.5. Some other changes you'll see as we get through here, some of the customer complaints, the PSP results, how those reports are now generated will also change. So there's this new tab on the bottom left-hand side, which is the QMS reports tab. This was originally the internal audit reports tab, but once you click into this QMS reports tab, you'll see several tabs across the top. Each of these tabs correspond to some of the changes that we have implemented to try to give more functionality to the application. So things like external assessments, customer complaints, PSP report, and corrective actions. Another thing I will note is that we have this management review tab at the moment. There is no functionality with that tab. It is a placeholder. We are working towards an update for that section. That'll be forthcoming in 2017. But the current functionality that we are adding, we are looking at external assessments, customer complaints, PSP report, and corrective action. So each of these have their own reports that you'll now be able to create, fill out, and have completed external assessments, or if you're in the middle of an external assessment or in the middle of responding to nonconformities, you can keep all this information stored and then resolve it or complete it once the assessment's completely finished. Then you have all that data. So to start a new assessment, you click on the new external assessment button here, and that'll take you to a page where you'll be asked to include the report form from the assessment, the agency reporting or providing you that assessment, the name of the inspector, auditor, or assessor. You can provide any details, comments, things like that you find necessary, that you found helpful from the assessor, or things that you want to improve on upon the next assessment. You include your assessment start dates and end dates, and then obviously who completes this record. And again, you can save this progress. So if you're in the midst of an inspection, or again in the midst of responding to nonconformities, you can save that or complete it at this time. The next section that I'm going to talk about is the customer complaints. All right, the next section that we're going to talk about is the customer complaints. So just like we did in external assessments, we can start a new customer complaint by clicking on the green button here. What you're seeing below is open customer complaints and settled customer complaints. So we have one customer complaint reported here. We filled out all the information. There was not a file that we attached or uploaded, but if you had a document or an email or a PDF document that you wanted to include, you can include that as supplementary information. You can, so when you first complete that complaint, you have the option of filing that complaint as open or as settled. So an open complaint is one that has yet to be resolved. So you can always go back and resolve that at a later time. So the report is as follows. You have customer making complaint, the company that that customer is affiliated with, the specific complaint that was filed, the response from your laboratory, and then you can always upload the complaint and the response as a PDF or Word document as well. To finish off the report, you can file this complaint as settled or open. Again, settled is being finalized, complaint has been resolved, or leave it open to be resolved at a later date. You would also complete the date of complaint as well as who is doing the reporting of that complaint. The third section that we're going to talk about is the PSP reporting section. So in the PSP reporting section, you'll be able to file reports regarding your PSP results that you get from any of your PSP programs. I'm just going to go straight into the PSP report. You do that again by clicking the new PSP report button there. To complete the PSP report, you would go in and start by entering the proficiency program or agency that you're affiliated with, or the one you're providing results for. In this case, I'm going to put in AASHTO resource. Now, there are some sample types that are already built into the application. If there's not a sample type that is available for the program that you're affiliated with, you can go ahead and enter that in. In the application, there's a few, again, that have already been entered in, but you can always include other PSP types or sample types in there. So just go in there, start typing in the sample type, and hit enter, and that will give you your sample type there. Now, when entering in sample identification number, you can actually enter in numerous identification numbers at once. So I may have something along the lines of sample ID number 191 and 192. So I can enter in both of those into my ID numbers there. I may have numerous employees conducting the testing, so multiple hands might be doing different tests throughout my lab. So I can add in several users in there just by entering in their name and either hitting tab or enter to confirm them in there. So when you look at the report, the finalized report, you'll have their names as well as the multiple sample identification numbers listed in your report. Okay, so the PSP report that you get finalized from the agency that you're submitting these results to, you can actually import that file right in here, and that way you have those documents in place. If there are any results that require corrective actions that are outside the tolerance of the PSP program, you can add that result. Okay. You can type in the test method that it was applied to. So I'm just going to type in 113. You can give the result. I scored a 2. And then you would provide the summary of the result. Let's just say this was a failing test. I can provide my corrective action report, root cause analysis, what was the possible or likely cause of the result received. Equipment was out of calibration. Corrective action to eliminate nonconformity, calibrate equipment. So those are the things that you can actually do now with the PSP reporting function. So you can actually build your PSP reports, include those corrective actions for non-conforming results. So at any time you can add more results or remove the current result if there are no conformities. But if you have multiple nonconformities within your PSP samples, you can add multiple results or just the one if you only have one sample. Lastly, you can add a date when this PSP was done and performed, and who was reported. The next report that we have added into the application is the new corrective action report. So you can actually now include corrective action reports that are pertinent to your quality manual. The PSP nonconformities and corrective action reports are included in the PSP report that we just looked at, but the corrective actions, this is going to be separate to nonconformities that are within your quality manual that you may find throughout the year or in between assessments or during your management review or internal audit report. So this is a good time to make sure you implement the corrective action that you found or the nonconformity that you found with your quality manual. So like the others, start a new corrective action report. Click on the green button here to start that. So to create a correction action report, you'll fill out a couple fields throughout the new report here. First, you'll start off by selecting the area of the quality manual that you found the deficiency. Okay, and then you'll find out what was the deficiency. You'll fill out your response. Then you'll add in your immediate action immediate action taken to prevent the deficiency from affecting test results. The leading reasons as to why the deficiency occurred. The results of discussing deficiency with technician to determine root cause and prevent future deficiencies. And then any improvements made to prevent these deficiencies. And then an action plan for implementing it into your QMS. So again, we're adding this new report feature to give you more control over your quality manual when deficiencies are found, allowing you to track those changes, allowing you to implement new procedures that can better your quality management. If there's any documentation that you can include, you can upload that here. You can then file the report, select your date, and then who was the one submitting this corrective action. Lastly, I want to make a note on internal audit reports. It's not gone away. The internal audit report is still here. It is under the QMS reports under this IAR tab. So you can go into the IAR tab and find your new or create your new internal audit report. Hope you enjoy the new updates. Find some functionality with these new reporting features. Please provide any feedback that you have. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for listening.